How are you? Members? Welcome to my today's episode. My name is Clinton, and today we shall be looking at the competency-based education and training, or CBeT, or competency-based curriculum. This is a new curriculum that has been put in place in our education sector, and from it we can testify and say that there are various changes or implementations, amendments that have come along with CBC curriculum. That is what I want us to be looking at in this episode as we continue to analyze the progress, and also we study what are the some of the challenges that has been facing this particular curriculum. So welcome in my in our today's episode. So, to start with, what is the difference between the competency-based curriculum and the old curriculum, or the old means and forms of learning? When we talk about CBC curriculum, we are talking about what the learner is able to do. That is why, as just the name suggests, competency. Competency is the particular skills, the particular accomplishments, the particular abilities of the learner. What is the learner able to do at the end of the day, or at the end of a learning session? Will the learner have achieved some objectives or learning outcomes? When we relate it with the old curriculum, we can see that with the old curriculum, it is more of cognitive development or theoretical impaction of the learner. The learners were being taught on how to cram and know things, but the competence aspect was a kind of being left behind. So, in order to bring balance in our learning activities and our learning, to balance our learning outcomes, it is very important and very key to make sure that what is being taught in our schools and in our education sectors is bringing some impact on the learners' lives after schooling. Also, it is able to meet the industry needs and the specifications. For example, we have been having graduates who have accomplished their education, but they have not been well absorbed in the job market. What are the key aspects that these graduates are missing? Or what could be the challenge or the problem in order for them to be missing or to not to be absorbed in the job market? So these are some of the challenges that the competency-based curriculum is trying to solve or is trying to curb. Therefore, we find that in the CBC curriculum, the trainers uh, are not being the center of the learning. Rather, the trainer is just there to facilitate learning, but the learner is the one who is being involved to do more of the learning. So the trainer will give guidelines, the trainer will give direction, but it is the work of the learner to participate actively to ensure that at the end of the day, the learner is able to acquire some skills some knowledge, and some attitude that they didn't have before they had interaction, or what, or something that they could add more on what they had before that particular session. So as we continue, we are able to see that if the learner is being more actively or participating, yeah, actively participating in the class, then the more the content will retain in the learner. Rather, in the old curriculum, the learners who are not actively participating, the content or the trainers were being the center of the learning, the center of the discussion. The trainer is the one to make decision. The trainer is the has the final say, or maybe the content, the syllabus, and everything. And then at some point, the learner is not included in the learning session or the learning activity. The learner is excluded, and therefore we find that we are having some gaps, and our objectives are not fully met at the end of the day. Now, now, as we continue to implement this CBC curriculum, there are some of the challenges that are actually being so critical in the implementation of the competency-based curriculum. Yes, we can testify, we can measure, we can also see the impacts that the positive impact that the curriculum is bringing into the lives of the learner and also the society. But there are some of the challenges that are being faced. For example, there is inadequate resources. The government, we can say that, has not yet fully come up with the adequate resources required for implementation and also running of the curriculum. There are so many challenges. Like, for example, there is a certain uh, article or article that learners should learn in class, but due to lack of the resources, due to lack of proper infrastructure, we find that these learners are being left behind, and more so those who are in the rural areas where we don't have much of the public services like electricity, like security, also infrastructure is not well put up. We find the learners having a very, very, very great challenge. So that, for example, when they are learning about digital literacy, maybe they don't have computers, they don't have even good rooms for keeping the computers, they don't have power supply. These are some of the challenges that are facing the competency-based curriculum. Another one is that also this curriculum is experiencing some rejection by the parents. Parents cannot well understand uh, the objective or the principles of this curriculum, and they therefore end up boycotting it. They therefore end up rejecting it because they don't well understand. It is like they don't know how to handle it. They don't know how to handle their children who are the learners now, and therefore, instead of supporting it, they will start rejecting this particular curriculum. Now, as we continue to look at to look on the implications or the what how it has impacted our learning environment, we can say that at least there is some source of light whereby we are assured that if a learner finishes a certain stage in education, the learner will have acquired some specific skills, and these skills will be determined by various aspects, maybe the interest of the learner, and also the industrial gaps and the industrial alignment, so that at the end of the day we are producing material learners who are viable and who will be able to fit in the education sector and be useful to the society, to the government, and even to individual persons. And that is how we are going to make changes in our education sector. Now, at this point, I would like now to draw the conclusion of our episode, but I also welcome you for more views, for more comments, and for more ideas about how has the CBC curriculum has impacted your personal life and also the life of the society and also the well-being of the entire country and the education sector. That is the end of our episode today. I welcome you to join and to be with me in the next and the following episodes. Thank you very much.